In a move that has stunned the tech world, President Donald Trump, SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son, Oracle's Larry Ellison, and OpenAI's Sam Altman have announced STARGATE, the largest AI infrastructure project ever conceived. The groundbreaking initiative aims to build the core tech, supercomputers, and data centers necessary to push AI into its next frontier. Together, they are committing $500 billion over the next 4 years to make this vision a reality. Here's how it all unfolds and why it could reshape the industry. In a splashy announcement on his second day in office, President Trump told Americans that a new $500 billion project, backed by SoftBank, SFTBI, Oracle, ORCL, and OpenAI, would generate over 100,000 American jobs almost immediately. The project created a company called STARGATE, which said in Tuesday's announcement it would begin deploying $100 billion immediately, starting with data centers in Texas, and spend an additional $400 billion over the next 4 years. Trump called the project a resounding declaration of confidence in America's potential under a new president. Microsoft, MSFT, AI chip giant NVIDIA, NVDA, and British chip designer ARM, IRM, were named as key initial technology partners by STARGATE. The stocks of all companies involved soared, with Oracle and NVIDIA rising 7% and 4% respectively the day after the announcement. But these early announcements have been followed by social media feuds featuring Elon Musk, questions about funding, and rival announcements about AI investments slated for this year. Trump's close ally, Elon Musk, took aim at STARGATE's backers on his social media platform X shortly after the announcement. Responding to a post from OpenAI about the project, he wrote, "They don't actually have the money," adding, "SoftBank has well under $10 billion secured." Sam Altman, OpenAI's CEO, wrote back, "Wrong, as you surely know." OpenAI has raised nearly $17 billion in the past 2 years and opened up a $4 billion credit line with various banks. Though the company said it expected to lose $5 billion in 2024 while generating only $3.7 billion in revenue. OpenAI would need to raise an additional $19 billion to fund STARGATE, according to the information. A person familiar with STARGATE refuted Musk's claims, telling Yahoo Finance that the project is indeed prepared to immediately deploy the initial $100 billion investment, noting that SoftBank had $24 billion in cash as of its most recent quarterly earnings. The Financial Times, citing unnamed sources, reported this week that STARGATE has not yet secured its required funding, will receive no government financing, and will only serve OpenAI once completed. So far, only about 4% of Americans report using AI daily in their workplaces, though almost all Americans use AI-enabled products in their daily lives, often without realizing it. Then there's the question of whether the project will hold true to Trump's jobs promise, as data centers typically employ fewer than 100 people. Apple's AAPL, $1.3 billion data center project in Iowa, for example, committed to employing just 50 people in permanent positions, according to a Forbes investigation. All the while, critics say non-disclosure agreements between data centers and local officials mean residents are often left in the dark about the colossal buildings in their backyards driving up their utility bills. And some lawmakers argue that tax breaks for data centers aren't worth the cost. Bloomberg reported this week that the first data center associated with STARGATE in Abilene, Texas, will employ just 57 people at an average wage of $57,600 per year. On the heels of the STARGATE announcement, Mark Zuckerberg said in a Facebook post Friday that Meta, will spend between $60 billion and $65 billion in 2025, far higher than the estimated spending of $38 billion to $40 billion in 2023. 2024 disclosed to investors back in October. Wall Street analysts had expected Meta's capital expenditures to tally closer to $51 billion this year, according to analysts tracked by Bloomberg. Much of Meta's spending would go into building a 2-gigawatt data center that is so large it would cover a significant part of Manhattan, Zuckerberg said. 2 gigawatts is enough energy to power 700 electric vehicles for a full year. To be sure, proponents argue that the data centers have ripple effects on local economies. Each direct job in the U.S. data center industry helps to create 7.4 ancillary jobs on average throughout the U.S. economy, commercial real estate firm CBRE wrote in a report last year. The $500 billion investment. On January 21, 2025, President Trump held a press briefing at the White House, joined by Masayoshi Son, Larry Ellison, and Sam Altman to announce the launch of STARGATE. The project will kick off with an initial $100 billion investment, with plans to grow to $500 billion over the next 4 years. The clear message: America is doubling down on AI to ensure it remains the global leader, especially in the face of intense competition from China. Why such a massive investment? Advanced AI models like ChatGPT or other giant language models require insane amounts of computing power. This means massive data centers, specialized chips, significant water resources for cooling, and enormous electricity demands. Sam Altman has long argued that the U.S. risks losing its technological edge if it doesn't ramp up AI infrastructure. That's why SoftBank, Oracle, and OpenAI are collaborating on this colossal project. The vision: AI infrastructure to dominate the future. STARGATE aims to build new data centers across the U.S., starting in Texas, with about 10 data centers already under construction, including a massive 1 million square foot facility. Trump estimates the project will create 100,000 jobs immediately, with even more anticipated as it grows. Some comparisons are being drawn to the 2017 Foxconn deal, which promised a $10 billion Wisconsin complex, but ended up being much smaller. However, SoftBank, Oracle, and OpenAI come from the AI and enterprise data world, leading many insiders to believe STARGATE will truly become the next big thing. But why is President Trump so invested in this? One major factor is competition with China. The U.S. administration is committed to ensuring that America doesn't fall behind in critical AI technology, which influences everything from healthcare and finance to military capabilities. Altman hinted that advanced AI could help cure diseases at unprecedented rates. Additionally, producing advanced chips on U.S. soil rather than relying on foreign factories has been a top priority. The H-1B visa debate. Another angle gaining attention is the potential change in H-1B visa policy. Some sources suggest the U.S. government might streamline H-1B approvals, particularly for AI and data center roles, which could help quickly staff up these massive projects. SoftBank, which has invested heavily in Indian tech startups, and Oracle, with its large operations in India, may be looking to fill AI talent gaps with specialized workers. While some critics argue this might exploit cheaper foreign labor, others see it as a necessary step to ensure the U.S. remains the hub of AI innovation. The key players: SoftBank, OpenAI, Oracle, and more STARGATE will be led by SoftBank and OpenAI, with SoftBank taking the lead in terms of financial responsibility. Masayoshi Son will serve as the project's chairman, while Oracle, NVIDIA, ARM, Microsoft, and MGX will also be key partners. Oracle will build and operate much of the underlying system, utilizing its vast experience in data center operations, while NVIDIA provides the GPU muscle needed for AI models. Interestingly, Microsoft, previously OpenAI's exclusive provider of new AI capacity, will no longer have exclusivity for this project, but still retains first right of refusal. If OpenAI needs more capacity, Microsoft will be the first to step in. But OpenAI is free to expand with other partners like Oracle if necessary. Regulatory challenges: loosening the red tape. The White House is also rolling back an executive order from former President Joe Biden that sought to regulate AI risks. While some argue for stricter oversight, The administration believes speed is essential to outpace China, and that regulation can follow after the advancements are made. Larry Ellison emphasized that AI holds incredible promise, while Sam Altman called this the most important project of this era, particularly in terms of national security and technological leadership. AI education, preparing for the future. In related news, Rice University in Houston is considering a new AI major for undergraduates, which could begin by fall 2025. This is a move that aligns perfectly with the push to train more AI talent for projects like STARGATE. As AI becomes a central part of many industries, universities are stepping up to meet the growing demand for skilled professionals. The bigger picture. The ultimate goal of STARGATE is twofold. First, to outpace China's AI efforts by building epic-scale data facilities in the U.S. And second, to protect national security by controlling the future of AI. A recent white paper from OpenAI noted that approximately $175 billion is sitting in global funds, ready to be invested in AI projects. The fear is that if the U.S. doesn't act quickly, China-backed initiatives could take the lead, boosting the Chinese Communist Party's technological dominance. The bottom line. With the combined forces of Oracle, SoftBank, and OpenAI, STARGATE represents a monumental investment in America's AI future. Microsoft remains involved but no longer exclusively provides capacity, with STARGATE partners expanding to meet the needs of this colossal project. Results are expected to take time, but construction has already begun in Texas, and job creation is starting immediately.